So today, actually I'm going to wait a little further along. That rattling is my bear mace can from just the fact that the area we're in, this is the one time of year when you probably have a maximum chance of running into a bear randomly. So as precautions go, we are taking some. Other than that, it's a wonderful day out. We're in the local Vigilance area, not Vermont. And, sorry about that. A bug flew in my eye while I was trying to fly the drone a second time, but the wind is just enough that I noticed when I got it up above the tree line, it started being more affected by the wind than the controller. So I made an executive decision and called that one and brought it back down, because I've made that mistake in the past and it leads to searches for the drone after a crash way off in the woods somewhere. That's what sent this particular drone into the shop back around Christmas. And I'd rather not spend my day. It's too nice a day to be doing that, so we're not gonna. Other than that, we had kind of half-heartedly planned to go to Vermont today, but really didn't have a contiguous plan from last week. The river system, although a neat area, I don't think we found much of what could be considered evidence. It's an area that's kind of northeast of the Five Bogs, by where, I guess when you get in the middle of it, probably by about 6 or 7 miles, and trying to figure out if the activity source of the two that are at least there in the early time of the spring are if they're still around, or because it's near a watershed area where people drive through to do boating, fishing, that kind of thing. So I leave myself wondering if they move deeper in to avoid people a little more. And before anyone asks about migration, it's a big enough area. Notice I said like 6 or 7 miles. It's a big enough area with thick enough woods that they don't really need, in my opinion anyway, this is conjecture, but what about Bigfoot is not. They don't really need to move in that far, because once you're in a given ways, people don't tend to go in there. Maybe more so in hunting season, but this is more tick season, so not as much. And because of that, the need for them to go way in is debatable. They may just move around. And it might just be the matter of being in the right place, at the right time, and getting lucky. I mean, I do think luck has a whole lot to do with pursuing this subject. And bug on me. Beyond that, not really sure what to tell you. If they're around, they're around. If they're not, they're not. And there was some sign of potential activity for the first few weeks in there, but like the years before, as you get deeper into summer, they seem to tend to walk further in and kind of keep a more discreet profile if they're not leaving the area altogether until early fall, when I've actually I'm going to say probably because I'm not sure of it, probably seen one of them in the fall. But when that happened, without getting into detail, because I'm not going to do that right now, the subject of luck is very relevant, because I didn't go in on a normal day when I normally would have. I went in, it was a weekday towards the beginning of the week. I think there was something going on at my job at the time, and I had to alter my schedule going up there. But in the course of doing that, I was there on a weekday, and I caught them when they were out in the open. And that was probably just right place, right time, and dumb luck. So that, you know, all things being even, you can potentially catch them by surprise or by their pants down. And that day makes for an interesting potential case in the subject of infrasound too. Two cameras that I have that were on at the time that this situation happened had some anomalies happen to them and have not ever been right since. But that again is total conjecture. Infrasound out of a Bigfoot is completely conjecture, as the very existence of Bigfoot is conjecture. So, and I might even get flack from the believers for saying that, but those who know me know I have a more skeptical outlook. So those are my thoughts for the day. I'm going to keep the camera running just in case we do get a bear on film or something. Dumber things have happened, and then we'll see how much of this is usable when I get home and see if I make a video. I find Vermont a little more video friendly, but it depends on what you're doing too. But